Good morning. I'm fine. You? We are back again. the hustling continue. You are not seeing the screen. Okay, let me share the screen. We are back again. All right. So good morning to everyone. So today is 3rd of September 2024. So the month has just started. And one thing we have to notice, as I said yesterday, we are in what? NFP week. So if you are trading currencies, if you are trading currencies, and when it is the first week of the month, usually you have a lot of high impact news. So if you want to find out where you are going to see the high impact news, you log into forexfactory.com. So we have many websites that you can use for that, but for the meantime, the one that I use is what? forexfactory.com. You get it? So you log into forexfactory.com. You are able to go in. You'll be seeing those economic events that is about to happening. So when you log in to forexfactory.com, economic events or the high impact news that will be hitting the market. So it will help you to be cautious of whatever you are going to do. So one thing about high impact news is what? When the high impact news is about to hit the market, you are going to experience what? If you are trading during those times, if you are in trade before the news happen, that is normal. But if the news is about to happen and you are going to execute, maybe you are not aware of that, you are going to experience a lot of what? You are going to experience slippage. Okay, so slippage, like maybe you told your brokers to what? This the order that you told your brokers for them to get your your orders to be filled. This is the point that you told your brokers for your orders to be filled. You get it? Maybe currently it is what? Euro USD currently is what? 1.1061. Okay, so when there's slippage, you have a lot of volatility, a lot of what? When there's high impact news, for instance, maybe you are selling at this point, they are going to give it to you at this point. You get it? That's what you call slippage. Your order is going to be slipped. So this is a point, maybe sometime you are going to be filled. Okay, so maybe this is your take profit. The moment your order gets filled at this point, how can you manage the trade? You get it? So that's why we are always cautious about what? The high impact news in the market. We are always careful on when there's high impact news in the market. So you have to be very careful. So anytime that you come to the market, first thing that you have to do is what? Check the economic calendar. You get it? You have to check the economic calendar before you make any decision. You have to check the economic before you make any decision. So you type in where you are tuning or where you are listening me from. Okay. So you type in the chat box where you are listening from. If you are listening from Ghana, you type in the chat box. Maybe you are listening from Ghana in those in the YouTube chat, the YouTube chat. If you are listening from Ghana, let me know whether you are listening from Ghana. From South Africa, let me know. From Kenya, let me know. Any part of the world, let me know where you are listening from. I want to know where my audience are located. So let me know where you are listening from. So you type it in the chat box. Let me know where you are listening from. You type it in the chat box. Kindly type where you are listening from in the chat box as we continue or as we proceed. So let me know where you are listening from, and you kindly give a like on the stream. Kindly give a like on the stream and let me know where you are listening from. Okay, Ghana, Kevin D, Ghana, Kaswa. Let me know where you are listening from. You are more than two. Let me know where you are listening from. Where are you listening from? So I've been seeing some people have been consistent in the chat, and those people very soon you get rewarded. Either you join the mentorship for free. Let me know where you are listening from. Which part of the world are you listening from? In someone. So you type it in the chat box. Where are you listening from? This thing, typing where you are listening from is not going to cost you anything. You guys are more than that. Let me know where you are listening from. Okay, so Ghana, Kaswa, in someone. All right. So you give a like on the stream. All right. So as I'm saying, when there's high impact news, you have to be very cautious on the decisions that you are going to be making in the market. So yesterday I was predicting, I was looking up to this move. So you see, I've done my analysis, everything, and when we slept, the thing happened before time. So that's how the market behaves. You get it? So we're having people from South Africa, we're having people from Dodowa, a country on its own. All right. So this thing happened during I was anticipating to take this move, or maybe, but we are having CHF. We are having a high impact news on CHF. So before 6:30, you are not going to take any move before 6:30 because today is Tuesday, right? So CHF, the Swiss francs, we are having CPI on it. So I've every day I've been saying this thing about CPI. So by this time you have to understand the meaning of CPI. CPI is simply what? An inflation data. Okay. So consumer price index. So you're having people from Pakistan. That's cool. So CPI simply means what? Consumer price index. It's also inflation data. You get it? So I've explained the impact of inflation on the economy. So when you talk about inflation simply means what? The persistence increase in what? The general prices of goods and services. Okay, so when the prices of goods and services increases, what happens to the economy? So I've already explained it that when prices are rapidly or consistently increasing in an economy, what will happen is what? The central banks are going to take action on that. Okay, because they can't sit down for prices to increase. They can't sit down for people to just hike prices and as in cost of goods are going to increase. So what they are going to do is what? They will increase the interest rates. Okay, they are going to increase interest rates. So interest rates simply what? It helps to control inflation in the economy. So when they increase interest rates, mostly investors are very happy when interest rates are increased, when interest rate is high. Okay, so when interest rates is high, it is good for the economy because you are going to get more people trying to save in dollars. They are going to try to maybe if it is an exchange, if you are having maybe euros, they are going to change it to dollars because they know at the end of the month, at the end of the year, or at the end of any time, they are going to get high returns on the money that they deposited. So that's the meaning of what CPI. So CPI data, when the numbers are the figures or the data, the numbers are good, it's usually what's good for the economy. So let's see the numbers. So that's, I'm showing you how you'll be able to read the economic calendar. So when you see something like the CPI, so you have to first of all understand the economic event. So as I've explained, so if you want to know more about the economic event, if you want to know more about what the economic event means, you just click on this folder. Okay, the yellow folder over here. When you click it, they will explain it well for you. So this is the explanation to the economic data. So it changes in the price of goods and services purchased by consumers. You get it? So if actual is greater than forecast, it's good for the economy. So I've explained why it is good for the economy. This is the earliest major inflation data released by any country, coming just days after this. Consumer price accounts for majority of overall inflation. Inflation is important to currency valuation because rising prices leads to a central bank raising interest rates out of respect for their inflation containment mandate. Okay, so I've already explained it. So the average price of various goods and services are sampled and then compared to the previous one. So inflation is good for an economy. Okay, so let's see the numbers that came out. So we haven't forecast 0.1 and previous data was what, negative 0.2. So now they are expecting what, good numbers. So they are expecting inflation to what, they're expecting high as in high numbers, or they are expecting inflation to what, inflation numbers to increase. Okay, so they are expecting a hike in inflation. They are expecting inflation to what, to go up in the economy. So what will happen is what, if inflation is high, the central bank is going to what, increase their interest rate. So let's see, this is the numbers. Okay, this is the numbers. So what I'm expecting on CHF is what, I'm expecting the CHF to what, to appreciate in value. I'm expecting it to appreciate in value, but in the next 6 minutes, it will happen. The news will be released. Okay, so it's left with less than, let me check the time that, so the news events will hit the market very soon. So we are going to feel the impact on the other pairs, especially the euros, the GBP. Okay, so you don't have to just say because it's CHF, it's not going to affect euros or it's not going to affect the pounds. It's going to affect them. You get it? It's going to affect them. So we are going to see some impact on those pairs. So around, it's left with 2 minutes. Okay, so let's just observe. It's left with 2 minutes for the news to be released. Let's see the impact that's going to happen on those pairs. So I was expecting, before the Asian session, I was expecting this move. I was thinking maybe it will be ranging like this. I was thinking we are going to see some range. You get it? I was expecting we are going to see some range, and then I will take this sell. But when I slept, so you can see I've done my markup and everything. But when I slept, I saw what, a move. You get it? When I slept, I saw a move. You see, I've done my markups. I was expecting it to move to this side. Okay, so maybe this point will be the point I'm going to break even because of this zone over here. You see how price is really reacting to those zones. So the way I draw my zones are very powerful. You see, prices are reacting to those zones. So that means what, they are very sensitive areas. So if I enter the trade around this end, this point would have been the place I'm going to break even. But the main target is going to be at this end because this is a daily daily area of interest. This is the daily area of interest. So I was expecting it to retest on this level. I was expecting it to retest on this level. So let's see the next a few minutes. So it left to 29 seconds. So the news will be released very soon. Then you do our analysis, and because you can't we can't trade. Let me see. I can't trade during news events. You get it? I don't trade during news events. That's how the thing works. So I don't trade during when there was high impact news. I wait for the news to be released before I make a decision or I take action. That's how I usually do. So the news will be hit very soon. Let's see. Go. Let's see what happens. So this is the news candle. Sometimes it will be impactful, sometimes it will not be impactful. But if one day hasn't been impactful, doesn't mean you have to continue doing those, like as in continue be trading during those news events. When it happens like that, your stop loss, you are going to experience what? Whipsaw. When you talk about whipsaw, the market is going to what? If you entered over here, maybe you've entered a position over here, this is your stop loss. You get it? This is your stop loss. When I talk about whipsaw, your order is going to be triggered, then the market what? Sorry, your order is going to be triggered, it failed or triggered. Okay, this is your stop loss. Your stop loss is going to be hit like this, a very small pips, then the market will move in your favor. Maybe you anticipated for a sell, your stop loss is going to be hit. Okay, then the market will move in your favor. That's when you are going to beat your stop. So most of the times, or mostly, what you have to do is what? Wait for the news to be released. If it is not impactful, so sometimes was it Friday or so, the trade that I took, I was thinking maybe the news event is even going to destroy everything. But when the news was released, one thing I noticed was what? It wasn't impactful. You get it? It wasn't impactful. So I waited for maybe a minute to two, then what? I moved in the market. You get it? I moved in. That's what you have to be doing. Okay, that's what you are. Other than that, you are going to experience a lot of whipsaw and more stuff. So always stick to the plan. The plan is what? Not to trade during news hours. Wait for the news to be released. Unless maybe you have a spare account, you have an account for news. You get it? And even with that one, you have to know the specific type of news that you are going to be taking. Because even though sometimes you'll be seeing red folders, okay, you'll be seeing red folders, but not all the news are going to be impactful. Okay, not all the news are not all the news are going to be impactful. Okay, so let me analyze live stream. The live stream is not mostly to come to take trades. Sometimes you come to what? To get ideas on how the market will be happening, the trader ideas and other stuff. Because one thing I've seen it was sometimes the trade doesn't happen during the lending session. It depends on the market is dynamic. The market changes. The market is dynamics. Okay, we have dynamics in the market. Sometimes I remember last 2 months or so, we were getting a lot of trades during the lending session, but now it has shifted to what? The New York session. So it depends. So that's why you have to always be present in the in the market. You don't have to be absent, or you don't have to come to the market today because you're saying the whole of maybe yesterday you didn't get trades, so you are going to be absent. It doesn't work like that. But you have to always be present because you don't know when. You have to always show up. You don't know when what the the opportunity will come. That's how it works. You don't know when exact time the opportunity will come. So you have to always always stick to the plan. Always make sure you are coming to the chat at this specific time, because this is our job. This is the job you do. You don't have any other job than this one. Okay, so let's start analyzing the pair and see. So let me check gold, for instance. So yesterday I was doing analysis on gold, and I think it didn't play out during that time. It started playing out. It has started playing out. Let me check it and see. So you guys can, those who join the stream, you guys can remember. So those on YouTube channel, if you are new here, we meet every morning. Okay, we meet every morning from Monday to Friday, same time, 6 p.m. GMT towards 9 a.m. GMT, 6 a.m. GMT to 9 a.m. GMT. We meet every day at this time. So yesterday I projected this. So I think, yeah. So yesterday, if you guys can remember, I said something about this. So I hope those on the chats, those in YouTube, you can hear me, right? Can you hear me? Is my network stable? So if you can hear me well, let me know. You type in 1 in the chat box. Let me know. If you're on YouTube, YouTube, can you hear me? Let me know. Type 1 in the chat box if you can hear me well. If you can hear me well, let me know in the chat box. YouTube. All right, so you can hear me, so I can proceed. So let's start with Euro USD. So with Euro USD, I was anticipating this, as I said earlier. So I was thinking maybe we are going to see some range, then we take advantage of this around this end, but it has moved before us. So let's remove everything and start the analysis again. All right, thank you. You can hear me. Thank you. All right, so as I said, we meet every morning this time. Okay, we meet every morning from Monday to, so for the trading hours from Monday to Friday. From Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. GMT to what, 9 a.m. GMT every day. So this is Euro USD. Okay, Euro USD. So with the Euro USD, you do same thing every day. As I said, the market, nothing changes in the market. Either you are going to buy or sell. This is the only thing you are going to do till you stop trading. Okay, you are either going to buy or sell. So that's what makes trading easy. Okay, there's nothing different than what buying and selling in the currency market. So the same thing happens every day. The same pattern happens every day. So now I'm not going to say, the market has now become very simple since I found like my trade. I got the trading plan. I got my trading system. Trading has become very simple for me. I don't stress, unlike as compared to when I started at my earlier stage. I don't know what to do. I don't know the plan that I have to stick to, the system I have to trade. But now things have become very simple. Since I have a plan, I have a system. So things have become very simple. So when I come to the market, anytime that I come to the market, this is what I usually do. I do it every day. So first of all, I do top-down analysis. When you talk about top-down analysis, analyzing from the higher time frame to the lower time frame. So I analyze from the higher time frame. So when I move to the higher time frame, I move from the monthly time frame, plot out the key levels, plot out what the sensitive areas. So when I talk about sensitive areas, are what the support and resistance levels. That's what price. Anytime price gets to that level, you are going to see reaction. I call it sensitive areas or reactionary areas. So first of all, I do that from the monthly time frame. So my standard time frames are the monthly time frame. So if you haven't, you can jot it down. The standard time frame I usually focus on is the monthly time frame, the weekly time frame, the daily time frame, the H4 time frame, the H1 time frame, and the 30-minute time frame. These are my standard time frame. These are the time frame that I usually do my analysis on, move on to do my analysis. So I move on to the monthly time frame. So these are the various sensitive areas that I have on Euro USD. I've plotted it. So I have one sensitive area over here. I have one over here. So after identifying the sensitive areas, I plot out the tradable zones. So when you talk, these are the tradable zones. Okay. When you look left, we have there's no sensitive areas over here. Action. These are tradable zones. You get it? These are the tradable zones. So then I'll move to the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, it's the same thing that I'm going to do on the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, I'll plot out my support and resistances level. So I have one over here. You get it? I have one over there. So you see, this zone has become strong level. So we found this horizontal line on the weekly time, on the monthly time frame. You see how exactly it has it has fallen on the weekly time frame. We got this horizontal line on the monthly time frame, but when we came to the weekly time frame, it has fallen on it exactly. You get it? So the market broke out. You get it? What are you expecting? Anytime the market will break a support, come and retest the support level, the previous support level. So initially this was a resistance level. So anytime the market will break out, it will come back and retest it. So this level now turns what a support. So as it broke out, it came back to retested on this one. So now this is what a resistance level. You get it? So break and retest. So what are you expecting? We have a tradable zone. So I'm expecting price to get to this level. You get it? So the candle you are seeing over here, this is a weekly candle. This is a weekly candle. You get it? So this candle started forming on what yesterday. You see, it is struggling to what break through. It is struggling to break through this zone. Okay, it is struggling to break through this zone. So this tells you how strong this level is. What? So usually when two or more time frames meet at the same point, maybe they have the same support or resistance level. I usually call it golden zone. Okay, so this is a strong zone because you're having week monthly time frame support a level and weekly time frame support level meeting at the same point. You get it? Meeting at the same point. So I call it golden zone. So before price will break through, it's really going to struggle. Going to take some time before it will break. I'm not saying it can break. It can break sometimes, but it's going to take some time. It's going to struggle. Okay, it's really going to struggle before it will break through. So those levels are going to be used as what your take profits, or they are going to use as a level that you either going to break. If you have strong conviction or strong belief that it's going to break through, either going to use it for your stop loss, your stop loss, your take profit levels, or maybe a point that you are going to break even. You feel me? Point that you are going to break even. So I'm done with the monthly time frame, I'm done with the weekly time frame. So I know we have some people over here, that's why I'm going slow this morning. So when you move to the daily time frame, usually what I'm going to check it out is what? On the daily time frame, I'm going to check the trend, where the market is going to move exactly. So mostly I use those time frames to make a decision in the market. So when you come to the market and you don't know where the market is heading to, you are going to be at the wrong side of the market. You feel me? We are going to be at the wrong side of the market. So it's always important to always know the direction of the market before. It's like you embarking on a journey and you don't know where exactly, or even waking up early morning and you don't know your plan for the day. You see, sometimes you start doing things randomly. You start doing things randomly. Let me put it that way. Okay, you start doing things randomly. So anytime that you wake up, you have to have a plan before the day even starts. The same thing in trading. You have to know the exact points, the decision you are going to take within the day. Yeah, either you are going to take, or today on this pair I'm going to take a buy, today on this pair I'm going to take a sell. That's how usually you have to go by it. So you can't be taking random decision whilst you don't know where the market. Either you can't be having a buy and a sell at the same time. You have to have what? A plan. Okay, what's your bias for the day? So on this pair, when you move to the daily time frame, on the daily time frame we had what? Higher high, higher low, higher high, or impulse correction. Okay, currently it is what? A downtrend. But the moment it broke this one, it turns what? A downtrend. You get it? So we have what? Currently we have a resistance level over there. Okay, we have a resistance level over there. So on the daily time frame, what I'm expecting is what? Anytime price will break a support, it will tend towards a resistance, and we are expecting a retest to this level. So this is what I'm expecting on what? The daily time to this level. Okay, that's on daily time frame. So you have it at the back of your mind that the daily time frame is what? A downtrend. So this is a top-down analysis. You get it? This is a top-down analysis. So if the daily time frame is a downtrend, you move towards the H4 time frame to see what's going on. So most of the times, the best thing you can do, or the best trade, the best times that you get a high, maybe a high risk to reward trade is when, or maybe you get a high probability setup is when two time frames are in sync with each other. When two time frames, especially when the daily time frame and the H4 time frame are in the same trend. Okay, if they are moving uptrend, they are in the same uptrend. If they are moving downtrend, they are in the same downtrend. When it happens like that, you usually get high moves in the market. From experience, okay, from experience, you usually get high moves in the market, and the chances of the market moving in your direction is 99.9 from experience. So you can test it out yourself. When the two time frames are in the same direction, you usually get high moves in the market. So let's move to what the H4 time frame and see where the market is heading to. So now we have it at the back of our head that what the daily time frame is what a downtrend. So when you move to the H4 time frame, when you move to the H4 time frame, so H4 time frame 2 is what a downtrend. Okay, we had impulse. Okay, this is the point. So Friday, this is the trade we took. I took last Tuesday, we took the trade when the market shifted trend. We took this sell. So we are always following the trend. We always follow the trend. That's what we do. Even though this thing is very common to some people, but that's the profitable way of trading the market. Okay, profitable way. So last Tuesday, I took this sell. Okay, when the market shifted direction, I moved to H1 and I took this sell. Last Friday, those in the YouTube channel, those in the YouTube chat, we analyzed everything together. Some people also got winning trade. We took this sell. Okay, we took this sell on Euro USD. You get it? So we follow the trend. So the same thing that we are doing today too. So there was one sell over here, one sell over here. So when you watch my profit and loss, or when you watch my records, you see most of the time, because I follow the trend. So if I'm selling, you see the sell will continue. If I'm buying, you see the buy will continue, because what I follow the trend. I don't scalp, like maybe move to the 30-minute buy sell buy sell. I don't do that. Usually I focus on the high time frames. Then I get my trades over there. So the H42 is what? A downtrend. So now the daily time frame is a downtrend. H4 time frame is a downtrend. Why are you going to buy? Tell me why you want to buy. Why? You don't have to buy. When it happens like that, you have to sell. Follow the trend. The daily is what? A downtrend. H4 is a downtrend. You get it? So this is a complex market structure. This ABC correction. As it broke out, we saw what? A correction. Something like you saw in a complex correction. Okay. So this complex correction. So it is currently what? A downtrend. It's not a night. This is what I was expecting, but it was outside my trading time, and I don't trade the Asian session. I was falling asleep. So supposing this one happened during the learning session, I would have taken advantage of this one. You get it? There was an opportunity over here. I saw it over here. So the break of this one. So the break of this one, I would have taken a sell. I would have taken a sell over here. You get it? I would have taken a sell over here. So the break of this one, then I would have taken a sell targeting this one. But I miss it. But it doesn't mean I have to rush. Okay. The week is still young. Okay. So one thing I usually do is what? Within a week, I just need what? One high quality trade, then I'm done for the week. I just need only one. Okay, I just need only one high quality trade, because in trading, more is what? More is less is more. That's how it works. You can't be taking trades back to back. You are exposing yourself too much. You'll be exposing yourself too much. So my target for the week is what? Just to get a high quality trade, one high quality trade. Sometimes it can happen, I can get to, but I usually go for what? High quality trades, making sure what? The two time frames are aligned. Then I'll take the trade. That's what usually I do. Okay, so that's why I get high quality trade. So last Friday I took this trade. You see, so sometimes, as I've been saying, if those time frames are in sync or they are in line with each other, you get high probability trades. So if you can see this one, Friday, the trade we took, it's moved like what? the advantage or the good side when you are trading with a trend. You get high quality trade. One thing about trading correction, let me tell you this thing. If you are trading corrections, you don't know when the correction is going to end. And when it comes to impulse, you know exactly, most of the times the chances of you knowing where the market is going to get to is very high. Okay, so if you watch this chart, okay, let's do the analysis, then after that you move to, maybe I will explain things further. So on Euro USD, now the move has already happened. The zone, the tradable zone that it's for us to take the trade has already happened. So what you are going to expect today, the tradable zone has already happened. So you see the market is retesting on this zone. It's retesting. So now what you are going to, we are not interested in this tight range. These are all tight range. These are all tight range. So the best thing we can do is to wait for the breakout. Okay, you wait for the H4 breakout, because this is a tight range. Let me tell you the secret. This is a tight what? This is a tight zone. And if 30 minutes candle breaks this zone, if 1 hour break this zone, it is not a strong what time frame confirmation. Wait for the H4 candle to break. I've done it before and it didn't work out well for me. So wait for the what? You need to wait for the H4 candle to break and close before you confirm what there has been a break. If the 30-minute candle breaks, the probability or the possibility of you getting faked out, possibility of you getting like a retracement is very high. Okay, so when it comes to a strong zone, always use higher time frame to confirm the break. Don't use lower time frame to confirm the break. So what I'm expecting is what I'm expecting the H4 candle to break beneath this one. When the H4 candle breaks beneath this one, okay, I'm expecting a break beneath this one like this. I'm expecting the H4 to break. So when it breaks like this, then I will make a decision. So this one is going to give us a setup. So if you have not watched the video that I posted on when we talk about, if you've not watched the entry types that I discussed I did a video on that. So if you are confused on what I'm talking about, you can go back and watch the video. Okay, so I did a video on the entry. You can go back and watch it. So if the candle break out like this and the H4 is not giving me a confirmation, I will go to H1. Okay, I'll go to H1. Then what? Maybe find a structure, then take the sell, but before that you have to wait for what? The H4 to close. Because if you are taking a trade over, if you are taking a sell, you are going to be what? You are going to be selling on what? Support levels. You are going to be selling on what? Support levels. It's not advisable to be selling on support levels. If you sell on support levels, you are going to be in what? The chances of you getting stopped out, or the chances of you losing more trades, is very high. Okay, it's very high. So it's always important, or it's always advisable to not to be what? Selling on support levels. So this one, for instance, what I'm trying to talk about is what? Since the market has gotten to this level, when the market has gotten to this level, so the market is currently on what? A support level, and you are selling. You get it? That's what I'm trying to say. Avoid those things. Okay, you have to be avoiding those things. If the market is here, don't sell. If the market is here, so that's why I'm saying this point is not a tradable what? Zone. Okay, so the tradable zone is at this point, because when you check at this point, when you look left, you don't have what? Support and resistance. So this is what? Tradable zones. But when you talk about this one, this is not a tradable zone. So you see, this one was a tradable zone. That's why I was saying I was looking for a sell over here. This was a trade, a big. Sometimes you can get a big tradable zone. That's when you get high risk reward. So sometimes if you are already already in the game, that risk to reward something. For every trade, I have to get 1 to 3 risk to reward. You are not the one going to determine the risk to reward. The market is the one going to the opportunity that the market is going to give. So sometimes I get negative risk to reward. Sometimes I get like a high risk to reward based on how the market structure is presenting itself. I'm not the one to determine the risk to reward. I'm not the one to determine the stop loss based on how the market is. So sometimes I get negative risk. You see, I'm risking more and what I'm getting some small range to trade within. Okay, so you have to make the market gives you those risks to reward. You are not the one to determine risks to reward. Those times when I started out, I used to be saying, since people are saying you have to always go for what high risk to reward trades. So like even if though we have some ranges, I'll like, maybe if I'm taking a sell over here, I'll pull my what risk to reward to, okay, I'll pull it and what move it to 1 to 3, since what I was told risk to reward is always you have to go for 1 to 3 risk to reward. So I'll be doing something like this. Meanwhile, we have some ranges, and the chances of what the trade moving back to my stop loss is very high. You get it? So always, so this one for instance, so you see, let me show you something. I think I'm giving out this thing. I'm wasting a lot of time over here. So this one for instance, you see, as the market go to the reactional level or the reactional area, as the market go to this side, you see you saw a retracement. So suppose maybe you are targeting 1 to 15 weeks reward. Now you will be in what? You will be in what? Break even. The market will what come and stop you out before it will move in your favor. So the moment I understood this thing, I never experienced top doubts in those things. The moment my price will get to that level, I take profit. That's what I usually do. So when it comes to Euro USD, what I'm expecting this morning before the lending session will open, I'm expecting the then I'll make a decision. That's what I'm expecting. So I come here to give you ideas, though that within the trading day. So let's move to GU, or let's move to gold. I think gold was the one ripen. Okay, let's move to GU before gold. So if you are done analyzing Euro USD, so let's analyze GU too. So when GU, so we move to the higher time frames, as I've explained, we move to the higher time frames. So on the higher time frames, we had what? We have the various levels. We identify the various levels. So we have a resistance level over here. We have a support level over here. You get it? You have a support level over here. So the monthly time frame, I don't usually check the monthly time frame trend since I'm not a position trader. So mostly those things are checked by the position traders, those who are investors, those who like us in keep their investment in those country or those economy for long. Those are the people who usually check the monthly time frame, the yearly time frame, and those things to make decisions. And those people too usually what are more centered or are more focused on what the economic events in the country. You get it? So the economic events or the GDP of the country, the inflation of the country, the what do you call it? The retail sales. Those things are the what mostly the investors usually check out. Okay, they are more centered on what those economic events. But we are day traders, so what you are interested is what the daily or the intraday economic events. That's what we are usually interested in. I don't check the long-term economic events. So the monthly time frame, what I'm only interested in what the support and resistances level or the reactional levels. I hope I'm making sense. If I'm making sense, type in 1 in the chat box. Let me know whether I'm making sense. You type SSS in the chat box. Let me know I'm making sense. If you're not getting anything to, you can drop your question in the chat box. So when you move to the weekly time frame, okay, I'm making sense, right? All right. So when you move to the weekly time frame, we have what? We have a support level over here. So we have a support level too over here. So this is the tradable zone that we are going to be trading within today. Okay, this is the tradable zone for today. So let's move to the daily time frame and see. So on the daily time frame, that's what we are most interested in. Okay, so if you are in the YouTube chat and you're having any question, you can drop it in the chat box and I will address that. So when you move to the daily time frame, on GU, okay, on GU, what we are interested. So the daily trend is what? An uptrend. So one thing I've noticed about GU is what? It's move fast. I'm now relating with Euro USD more than GU. One thing I've noticed, I was missing a lot of opportunity. Euro USD is giving me a lot of opportunities. So last week, for instance, I got 2 trades on. For the past month, Euro USD has given me opportunity as compared to GBP USD. So on the daily time frame, I had what? A support over here. You get it? I have a support over here. So the daily time frame is a downtrend. So this is the trend. If you want to know the trend, it was initially uptrend, okay, higher high, higher low, higher high. The moment it broke this one, it turns to what? A downtrend. So this is the correct, this is the what? Input. So now the moment this point got broken, so when we talk about candle, a shift in structure or change in what? A change in structure or a change in trend, not a candle which is ongoing. Okay, usually what we factor into consideration, you have to always wait for the candle to break. You have to make sure the candle has broken and closed before you consider or you conclude that what? Structure has shifted. By currently, the structure is what? A downtrend. Okay, the structure is a downtrend because you can see the candle breaking and close. So what you are expecting is what? A retest, then the trend will continue. Okay, so now the daily time frame is what? A downtrend. So let's identify the various key levels. So if you are taking a sell, you can see this strong. So usually I use different colors to differentiate the levels where I found the levels that I found, the time frame that I found the reactional levels. Okay, so this is a what? Either weekly and a weekly, same color. So this weekly time frame. So if you are taking a sell, when price gets to this level, you have to quickly what? Take profit. Okay, you have to, or you don't have to be selling on this. This is a strong level, and the chances of what? The market coming back before it will even get your get your level is going to be very difficult. So anytime price will get to this side, you have to immediately take out your profits before price will start bouncing, because we have what? The chances of price reacting to this level, anytime price will get to this level, is what? 99.999%. Price is going to react. You get it? Price is going to react. So anytime you take a sell, anytime price will get to this level, kindly what? Take profit and leave the market. You can't catch every move. You just need only small moves in the market, then what? You are there to go. So you don't have to be what? Be holding to your winning positions for long if the chances has come for you to what? Take profit. So when it comes to the H4 time frame, so now you have seen the daily is what? A downtrend. H42 is what? A downtrend. Okay, the trend is what? A downtrend. You can see it yourself. The trend is a downtrend. So first, after identifying the trends, let's see where we can, the tradable zones. Okay, so on the H4 time frame, since it's a downtrend, you are going to look for what? A sell, not a buy. So you change our bias when the market has shifted direction. That's the point we are going to change our bias. So one thing I want to say is what? You have to always follow the trend. Don't make a decision whilst the market hasn't given you a clue or the market hasn't confirmed. You have to always make sure the market has confirmed before you make a decision. So I'll be waiting for so this is H4 time frame. So you see, we have what? We have a zone over here. We have a zone over here. So you see how the moment price, so candles are simply price. Okay, candles are price. It's just an accumulation of price. Okay, so candles are price. So you see, any go to this side, it got rejected because you have what? Support, support, support. You get it? So at the moment price go to that level, you see how the level is rejecting price to move further down. So that's the importance of those levels. So now this is the tradable zone. You get it? This is the tradable zone at the H4 time frame. So what I'm going to wait for is what? I'm going to wait for this candle to close. When it's closed, then I'll move to H1 time frame, based on which the time frame that is going to give me what? The time frame that is going to give me an entry. Okay, but you see, as H1 has even broken, but you see how it is rejecting. That's why I'm saying some of the zones you don't have to use lower time frames to confirm the break. Okay, you don't have to be using those time frames to confirm the break. So I'm waiting for the breakout. When it breaks out, then I'll make a decision. But since this point is what? This point is a high what? This point is, what do you call it? This point is a strong zone. Okay, this point is a strong zone. So you don't have to be selling while the market. That's why mostly you people are losing in the market. Most people start out and they are not aware of all those things. That's why when you start out, so even those in my group can attest to that. It's been a while that I had a losing trade. You get it? It's been a while that I had a losing trade because I'm patient. I wait for these levels to be broken before I make a decision. That's why sometimes you see me having back-to-back wins, because I'm very patient and I wait for these levels to be break. I don't care waiting for a week for this one to be broken. I don't sell on those levels or buy on those levels. So you can see it is rejecting. So the tradable zone is what? This level. So you have to wait for candle to break and close within this level, then we make a decision. That's what we are going to expect in the market today. Okay, that's what we are going to expect. For now, we don't have any a buy bias for today. The bias we have for today is what? A sell. So that's what we are going to wait for or look for. So when you let's move to the gold. Let me check out gold and see what's happening over there. So on gold, since most people are interested in gold, but gold is overrated, the more people are losing on gold than anything else. But it is the most traded this thing. It is the gold is most traded. Gold USD is what more people trade it. So let's do our top-down analysis on gold. So when it comes to gold, when you move to the higher time frame, let's move to the weekly time frame. So the weekly time frame has created what? A resistance level over here. We have a support level over here. So on the daily time frame, we had what? A support level over here. You get it? So this is what the moment the daily time frame is what? The daily time frame is currently an uptrend. So why am I saying it's an uptrend? So this is the point. Initially it was what? A downtrend. So the moment this point got invalidated, the moment this candle got invalidated. So which level or which candle made this one invalidated? Which candle invalidated this level? So the moment it broke out, the moment this candle broke this one and break this one, it turns what a downtrend. Sorry, an uptrend. You get it? So now you are seeing some correction. Okay, so this move by it's what on the daily time frame. So as I'm saying, you have to trade a trend doesn't mean what you are. Sometimes some of the trend that you'll be seeing on what those time frames, like the daily time frames, can be what an impulsive movement, what a time frame lower than the one that you are concentrating or focusing on. You get it? So it depends. So that's what you have to note. It depends. So when you move to the daily time frame, the daily time frame, you have what a resistance over there. On the daily time frame, we have a resistance. So let's move to H4 time frame and see. So daily time frame is what an uptrend. You see H42 is what a downtrend. So when it happens like that, what are you going to do? Since I've been saying you have to wait for all the time frames to be syncing each other, but now the daily is what a downtrend, H4 is what a daily is what an uptrend, H4 is what a downtrend. So when it happens like that, what are you going to do? So usually when it happens like that, one thing I'm going to tell you is what focus on the sectional candle. So the sectional candle is what the H4 candle. That's the candle we are going to trade on. So what I'm going to do now, the sectional candle is the H4 time frame. So I'm going to take a sell. I'm not going to take a buy. Okay, I'm going to take a sell, so I'm not going to take a buy. So I'll plot out my various levels. So these are my various levels. So when it comes to the tradable zone, this is the tradable zone. Okay, this is the tradable zone. So what I'm going to wait for. So now we have. Okay. So let's move to the H. Let me check H1 and see. So with the H1, we have a lot of consolidations, which I don't like. Okay. I don't. So the H1 is what a downtrend. H12 is what a downtrend, being in line with what the H4 time frame is doing. You get, but now it is what's correcting. But I would not like to what I have to get a good position to execute. But for now, the H1 is not giving the opportunity, or it's not giving the chance. Okay, it's not giving the chance for now. So I'll wait for what the flip up. If this kind of starts flipping, then I'll see what I will do. So this is what I'm looking for the pairs. Okay, let me check. So NFP weeks, you have to be very cautious. So 2 p.m. you have what ISM manufacturing in there. So this one, mostly the ISM, the service one is the most impactful one. Let me check. The service one is the most impactful one. So that will be what during the New York session, based on survey purchases manager. So this one too is just the data from what from managers about how the sales they are making, about how the economy is moving. So that one, so if the numbers are good, it's good for the economy. If those people are speaking good about the economy, if they are saying they are making sales and those stuff, it's also good for the economy. It's also good for the economy. So I'll be waiting for what? I'll be waiting for the closure. I'll be waiting for when this news event is about to happen. We are going to avoid that. So that will be 2 p.m. Okay. So usually you see a lot of moves during those times. When it is 2 p.m., you see a lot of moves. But for now, we are not going to take action. You get it? You are not going to take action. So let's wait and see what the candle is going to do. So now your questions are welcome. If you have any questions, since you are waiting, so trading is all about waiting. Since as we are waiting, we can be discussing. If you have any questions too, we can be talking about. So that's what I'm expecting for today on the pairs. Okay, so I've identified the various zones. So you have to know the directional bias. Okay, the directional bias. So I want to talk about those starting out. I know most of my followers are beginners. So the best way to become good in trading is not coming today and what to be absent tomorrow, getting frustrated. If you are sensitive to losses, if you are sensitive to, you don't want to lose in life, then trading is not for you, because trading is, you are going to experience a lot of losses. You are going to experience at the beginning stage. Okay, but if you can't keep up on the consistency, then you will not last in this game, because this game really needs what consistency. It really needs what much from you. You need to put in the work, you need to pay your dues before you start seeing results. So this, the way I'm analyzing, and those things didn't come easily as you are expecting or as you are seeing. It came with a lot of consistency, pushing. I don't care whether I lose or what, I win. I was consistent. But one thing I've seen is what most people show up. One month, then you will not see them again. That's what I've noticed about most people. So you have to find time for yourself and what be doing this thing. If only you want the financial freedom. If you want financial freedom, then you have to pay your dues. You have to pay your dues. That's how it works. You can't be absent. Be like, if you're a trader and within a single day you don't watch the chart, then you don't need badly. So what will you actually look for before you execute a trade? So health minds. So what I usually look for before I'll execute a trade, I've already talked about it. So I have to wait for what? So that's the entry criteria. Okay, so there are a lot of things that we take into consideration before you execute a trade. So after getting the setups, it doesn't end there. You need to find an entry. You first of all have to check whether the day is clean. So when I'm talking about the day is clean, I'm talking about there was no high impact news during the time you are executing. Okay, that's one. And two, I have to check whether there was tradable zones, because I don't want to be in a trade where I'm going to be stuck in a trade because I'm buying on support or I'm buying on what? A resistance level. I'm selling on what? A support level. I don't want to be in a position like that. You get it? So I factored that one into consideration. So as I said, I'll factor the day, whether you have a clean day, or I'll factor the zones. And when I'm done with that, I'll check whether there was entry this thing. I'm having an entry criteria. Okay, I'm having an entry criteria. So with the type of entries, either I'll wait for a break and close of a candle before I'll make a decision. So all these things are the things that I factor into consideration before I make a decision. So we have something called confluence. Okay, so confluence, looking at many other things to make a decision. We don't look at only one thing to make a decision. We look at many other things to make a decision. That's what we call confluence, combining many tools together to make a decision. So that's what usually we do. So after making sure those things are aligned, it needs your confidence. So you have to be very confident in executing. So that's the problem most people are facing. After getting the confirmation, everything aligned, they find it very difficult to execute. You have to be very confident in this game. If you are scared of losing money, you are not going to be confident. So you have to be very confident in your trade execution. On the H4, is giving a downtrend, but now it has created a support as you located it. Is it not? Let me check it out. So on the H4, giving a downtrend, but now on the H4 is giving a downtrend, but now it has created a support as you located it. It's now giving up. It's now giving an uptrend. So must we enter immediately after then? After then, strong candlestick or bullish? Oh, I'm not getting your question. On the H4 is giving is giving a downtrend, but now it has created a support. So you have to indicate that the pair you are talking about. Indicate the pair you are talking about for me to know what you are talking about. You have to indicate the pair you are talking about. Okay. So maybe if Euro USD that you are talking about, let me know. On gold. Okay. So you said on gold, H4 is giving a downtrend, but now it has created a support as you located it. It is now giving an uptrend. So must we enter immediately after then? Strong candlestick of a bullish. So gold is not an uptrend. Which time? So it depends on the time frame you are focusing on. Okay, so I have to know the time frame. So as I'm saying, sometimes a correction can be what? A correction on H4 time frame can be an impulsive move or not, either the 30 minutes or the H1 time frame. So you have to first of all know the time frame you are focusing on. Which time frame are you focusing on? That currently just a pullback. A pullback is not what? A downtrend. Okay, a pullback or a correction is not. If the market is a downtrend and it is correcting, this is just a retracement and the trend will continue again. Okay, so this is how the market moves. It moves in waves. It moves in impulse based on what? It moves impulse. Okay, so if it is correcting, it doesn't mean the trend. This is a downtrend. This is what you have to take note. If it is pulling back, this is just a pullback. You get it? This is just a pullback. A pullback doesn't mean it is an uptrend. You get it? It can pull back, come here. Okay, if it comes here and the candle hasn't closed, it's still what? A downtrend. That's what you have to note. If it pulls back, get to this. If it can pull back to this sign, the 100% level can be broken. This level can be broken. So far as the candle hasn't closed, it's still what? A downtrend. To this level, it can wick. Okay, it can wick back. So the candle has closed, you can't confirm the trend has changed. That's how it works. So you have to always make sure the trend has changed. The candle has broken and closed before you confirmed or you conclude the trend has shifted. But now the trend is still a downtrend. So sometimes some people get confused when the moment the price is moving up, then they conclude the trend has changed. This is just a pullback. So the candle has unless the candle has closed before you make a decision. So please kindly give a like on the stream. You people are not doing well at all. So see the information I'm giving to you people. You are not liking the stream. This is the only thing you can do to help the stream to grow. Okay, we want to grow this channel because we're having a lot of Africans who are suffering. People are not having. That's why I even did. So this stream is for if you can't purchase the mentorship, you can use this stream. Okay, so give a like on the stream. If you're not giving a like on the stream, you are just doing a harm to the stream. So give a like. If you have not given a like to the stream, as I said, you are doing a harm to the stream. So give on the stream, like the stream, like it. Just click on like, the thumbs up, click on it. So as I'm saying, so the candle has closed. If the candle has not closed, you can't make a decision. Forex. You get it? I hope I've answered. So gold is in New York session. Can we trade it in the lending setting? It's do confuse. Yeah, you can trade it. Okay, You can trade gold during the lending session. I remember those times that I used to trade gold. I used to even get good moves during the lending session. You can trade it during the lending session. You get it. You can trade it because with gold, you don't know this thing. Gold is affiliated to the this thing. Gold is sensitive to the commodity economy. You get it. So the commodity economy, we have something like the AUD, the New Zealand. Okay, so those pairs too usually moves. Their session is what during the Asian session. Okay, the Sydney session, then during the Sydney session and the Auckland sessions. So they are sensitive to those times. So since they have no close, you are going to see a lot. Since they have no close, those sessions are open. Gold is sensitive to those times, so you can be trading them. So you will see a lot of volume. Gold is a commodity. Gold is not a currency. Get it? Gold is a commodity, and those times it was money. Gold was those times money. But since they started printing fiat currencies, they started printing paper monies, gold, we stopped using gold as a medium of exchange. But gold itself is money, it's not currency. So we can be trading them, we can be trading gold. But the thing that you can't trade is the indices or the index. Okay. The index, especially the US 30, the Nasdaq, you can't be trading them during the lending session. It's not advisable to be trading the index or the indices during the lending session, because it also moves with what? The stock market. You get it? It moves with the stock market. So it's not advisable to be trading the US 30, the Nasdaq, the S&P, and those in the indices or the index. It's not advisable to be trading them during the lending session, because you are going to see a lot of ranges, the US 30 and those stuff. By gold, you can trade it during the lending session. You can see there's volume during those times. I even love trading gold during the lending session. Okay, I thought when it is corrected support level, then I must buy. No. Before you buy, you have to confirm it with what? A trend. You can't buy it here when it's correct. So as I'm saying, these are the things we factor many things into consideration before we buy. You don't just, as the market has created a support, you just buy. This is how the market moves. You have to see confirmation, confluences, put other things together before you buy. So this is how it moves. It moves in waves. Okay. So the wave is going to help you to what? Confirm the trend. So supposing maybe this is how the market is currently moving. So first of all, you have to confirm where is the direction of the market. Where is the market heading to? So now it's heading to what? It's a bullish trend. Okay, the market is a bullish trend now based on how structure has presented it. So after identifying the trend, you have to note where can you buy or sell. So you have to make sure you are buying on those levels, the support and resistance level, the high time frame support and resistance level. So I'm telling you things that can guarantee you long-term success, not short-term success in the game. So as it has gotten to those levels, what you can do is what? Wait for confirmation. So now it has what? First of all, you've identified the trend. Now it's what? A bullish trend. Secondly, identify the support and resistance level. That's what? Support level. It has gotten to this level. You get it? It has gotten to this level. So after it has gotten to this level, you have to make sure what? The candle has broken and closed. You get it? The candle has broken and closed. I'm coming. So as it has gotten to this level, wait for the candle to break and close. So this is the point you notice the candle has broken and closed. Okay, this is the level. So this is after identifying the levels, identifying the trend, identifying the candle break. So after using candle to what? Confirm, then you find for the tradable zones. Ask yourself, where can you trade the market? Where is the perfect time for you to trade the market? So maybe this is a perfect, this is what? A tradable zone. This is the level. So after identifying the level, then what you go in for what your entry. So maybe the break of the candle tip, then you target the next zone for your take profit. So that's what you usually will go for. But there are a lot of things that goes into this thing. This what I'm doing here is just what uh just the surface. Okay. So but you have to understand the basis. So this is the basis that you have to get your hands on. Okay, you have to get your hands on. So when the market is moving like this, so one thing you have to notice what in the forex market, the way people see things differently. Okay, people see things differently. That's what you have to notice in your what people see things differently. Everyone sees the market differently. So what I'm telling you, someone will be saying different thing, but you have to make sure that what you are doing is it working for you. That's the most important thing. You get it? Is it working for you? Because everyone sees the market differently. So you have to do things that is working for you. And no one is wrong or right unless the market has proven you wrong. When it comes to analysis and projection, no one is wrong or right unless the market has proven you wrong. So that's what you have to note in the market. Everyone sees the market differently. Everyone sees the market differently. So something that I'm saying, someone will be saying different thing. But is it working for you? That's the most important. So if the market is moving like this, someone can be buying over here. Okay. So what you are seeing over here is just price, just what volume. Okay, volume. Some people are buying over here. Okay, other people are buying. Some people have placed a buy. Other people, the moment. So the prices that you are seeing, we call it volume, are orders for some people. Okay, if no one has placed a position, the market is not going to move if no one has placed a position. The exchange rate is moved by what? It's moved by volume. When people are making transactions, that's when you see the changes, you see fluctuations, or you see rapid move in the what exchange rate. So the prices you are seeing over there are volume. When you talk about volume, people making what? People buying and selling. People are buying now. Currently, people are buying now. So why am I not buying? Because that's not the way what I take my buy. So you have to know the specific pattern that you are going to work with. You get it? You have to know the pattern that you are going to work with. You have to know the pattern you are going to work with. Okay, I thought wanted to correct support, but then I like, thank you for the info. All right. So let me check gold. So these are the ones that you are going to look for. So the market, the way it moves, it varies. So sometimes the lending session will give you an opportunity, and other times too, the lending sessions are not going to give you an like. So you don't know when the market is going to give you an opportunity. That's why we always come to the market. That's why we always come to the market, because you don't know when the market is going to give you an opportunity. So you always show up every day in the market. You have to show up every day in the market. You have to always show up. So I was expecting maybe, let's see. So the market is slow. I don't know whether. So mostly NFP weeks are kind of, because everything is awaiting the NFP time. So tomorrow too. Okay, so I think tomorrow the learning session will be clean. The only time, okay, so tomorrow I think you are going to have a good day tomorrow because checking the economic calendar, the intraday economic calendar, you don't have high impact news like that. Okay, so Thursday. Okay, so this ISM, this is what I was talking of. The ISM is more impactful as compared to the manufacturing. The service ISM is more impactful as compared to the manufacturing. That's what I've noticed about the market. I've noticed. So you can witness it yourself. So on Thursday, you are going to experience a lot of this. Don't joke with this news. This is a high impact news. You don't have to. Then you have unemployment. So Thursday, I think Thursday during the, you don't have to be trading unless maybe you are trying to gamble on the news. Other than that, you don't have to. The lending session, you have to call it a day because you have ADP, you have unemployment claims, you have ISM service. So these are all impactful. So Thursday, I think after the lending session, you have to call it a day. You don't have to even be watching the chart unless maybe you are trying to gamble on the trying to risk it on those news events, but it's not advisable. So Friday is the almighty NFP. Okay, Friday is almighty NFP. So this week you have to be very, very, very careful when it comes to trade execution. You have to be very careful. You have to be very careful. So if you are starting out, you have to dedicate more time in educating yourself. Okay, you have to educate yourself more most often. You have to educate yourself. You have to cherish the knowledge over money. So that's why sometimes when some people someone will chat you and the person will ask you how much are you making? Like, how can you be asking how much am I making? Is it important like that? Or like have you been seeing my results? Are my trades going in, like the trades that have been shared, the trade ideas that have been sharing, has it been going as expected? That's the most important thing. You don't have to be looking at how much someone, it's not going to do anything in your bank account. It's not going to bring anything to your bank account. So if you are more concerned about how much someone is, if I tell you if I'm making $5,000, am I going to transfer some to you? You get it? It's not going to do you anything. So the most important thing you have to focus on is what? The most important thing you have to focus on is the knowledge. That's the most important thing. If you focus on the amount someone, because the moment you get your hands on the score, you can make more than that. So if you're more interested in the amount I'm making or someone is making, is the analysis that the person is doing, does it make sense? Have you tested it out? Is it working? That's the most important thing. You don't have to be much concerned about how much someone is making. It's not going to do you anything. So that's what makes the game very boring. Waiting is there. Waiting is what makes the game. I'm going to chat you on WhatsApp. Okay. I thought it's one when it's corrected and there's a bottle of. Okay. So that's what makes the game very boring. Waiting is what makes the game very boring. So the best thing you can do if you are starting out is what, after you are done with the stream, you go back and watch the stream again. It's really going to help you a lot. Okay. I've always been saying this thing. If you go back and watch the stream on whatever we said on the stream, you take notes, it's really going to help you a lot if you continue doing that. Because that's what is going to help you to understand. Because if you are starting out, one thing, the quickest way to learn is when you hear something over and over again. If you hear something over and over again, it really helps. So if you can go back again, some people might seem it to be a long stream, like 2 hours. I've watched 9 hours video on trading before. I can show you the video. I've watched 9 hours video on trading. Sometimes you sacrifice the whole day watching trading videos. You have to log in trading before you get your hands on this thing. So the market is slow. I don't know why it's slow like that. It's kind of slow. So this one, we can see it's the way the candle has created, the way the candle has formed. We are going to see a wick. It's going to just what? This is just a liquidity grab. It's going to wick down again. Okay, because there was no retracement. Anytime the candle will open, it needs to create a structure. So the structure I'm talking about is what it needs to create a wick, because the wick you are seeing is going to be a correction at the lower time frame. You need to create something like this. Okay, it needs to create something like this before it will move up. But here is the case, it started moving up straight. It didn't create a structure, so we are going to see a pullback. This candle, the way it has formed, is going to create a pullback. I'm sure because of maybe there was high impact news, so it's going to come back again. The chances of it coming back again is very high. So we are going to see some pullback before we are going to see some market structure at the lower time frame, maybe the 30 minutes, before it will start waking down. That's what we see. But market structure currently on those pairs are not. They are not. I don't know whether it will happen, but market structure is currently, unless maybe you are trading on the 5-minute time frame, you are trading on the 1 minute. You have people who do that. Okay, I have people who trade on the 5-minute time frame, 1 minute time frame, but for me, as I started tasting success in trading, what gave me the success, or what gave me the success is the higher time frame. So that's why I'm stick to the higher time frame, because I one thing I've noticed, the lower time frame I just short just for scalp and those stuff, just for scalp moves, just quick. I'm not interested in those quick moves. I always prefer the bigger trades. That's the most important thing. So you don't have to focus a lot in other things. So the most important, so we are having a lot of tools, we're having a lot of things that people are concentrating. If you are starting out, one thing I'm going to tell you is just start with, focus on, learn how to be able to identify the trend. Okay, I'm going to tell you these things. If you learn how to identify the trends, after identifying the trend, you learn how to draw your support and resistances level. You learn the market sessions. You are there to go. You get it. You are there to go. You don't need to concentrate on a lot of things to become profitable in this market. If you focus on these few things, you are going to be because if you are starting out, there are a lot of things that on a lot of things. So if you don't know what you are doing, you are concentrating on those things is going to slow your journey. It's going to take you a long time, and you have to stick to one strategy. Okay, stick to the strategy for like 6 months. Okay, and see whether it's working before you shift. But the moment some people start experiencing 1 or 2 losses, then they shift strategy. There's no strategy that you are going to get 100% wins. Okay, losses are going to happen. Losses are bound to happen in the markets. It's normal, but I have to stick to, because for the strategy I'm trading now, how I'm trading now didn't come easily. Okay, initially I started trading on the 1 hour. I was looking at the 1 hour trend, the 1 hour structure. Okay, I was losing. I do lose in the market. I wasn't getting when the 1 hour break structure. I just go in. One thing I noticed is what those time frame wasn't sustainable. Like, they wasn't reliable for me. So I shifted. I didn't move to what other strategy. I knew this strategy works. I knew when I'm following the trend, when 2 time frames are in the same direction, like maybe when the daily and H4 are in the same direction, like I'm going to get a lot of winning trades. But the 1 hour wasn't helping me. That didn't move me to move to other things. So the point I've gotten in trading, I'm not going to learn any new system, or I'm just going to focus on my system. So I didn't move to other things to focus on what is going on in other parts. Someone is doing something better than me. I just refined the way I trade. I refined it, and now what? It's working. I have found the time frame that works perfectly well on it. I found the time frame. So everything is about refining. You don't have to just be shifting as in changing strategy just like that. You have to always make sure what you are sticking to your system and refine it. That's the most important thing. So I've told you what you need to focus on, the time frames that you need to focus on. I've told you the tools, the systems that you need to focus on. You don't have to focus on a lot of things, because one thing is most of the things are the same thing. When it comes, I know people are talking about psychological level. When you talk about psychological levels, they are the same thing as support and resistances. When you talk about, you have something called change of character. Change of character is the same as what? Market structure. You get it? Change of character is the same as market structure. So just some names that some people have termed it. Okay, just some names that people have termed it. So, and you have to be patient with yourself. You have to be patient with yourself. You don't have to rush the process. Be patient with yourself, and with time, you get it. You get it with time. You get to understand. With time, you get to understand everything. It will come, but it will, because at the beginning stage you need the experience. Okay, you need experience before the confidence will even come. You need experience. Before the confidence will even come, you need experience. So we meet every day from Monday to Friday on the channel, on the YouTube channel. We meet from Monday to Friday. So if you are new here, from 6 a.m. GMT. So if you are outside, maybe if you are not using GMT, you can convert it to your local times, and you get to understand from 6 a.m. GMT to what, 8 to 9 o'clock a.m. GMT. You can catch it. We can meet up over here. Okay, we meet every day from Monday to Friday. The trading session, we discuss trade ideas. If you get an opportunity, by so far this week, from last week on the stream, the market hasn't presented an opportunity for us to be taking. Market hasn't presented any opportunity for us to be taking. The market has been slow. I don't know whether we are in the last quarter of the year. So most of the time, the last quarter of the year too, I think you can experience something like that. So you have to just tell yourself you are going to use the last quarter to build yourself next year. This is the plan you have to have. Just tell yourself, I'm going to use this last quarter of the year to get the skill next year. Then next year you are going to blow up. Okay, so don't rush the process. Use this year to educate yourself. Use this year to build yourself. Use this year, the last quarter, it's left to like 3 months. Okay, use this 3 months to build yourself. Come in next year strong. Okay, you come in next year strong to print money from the market. That's what I'm going to do next year. That's what I'm going to do. You get it? So you have to also be doing the same thing. Use next year to what? To print money from the market. You go in hard. So if you have not gotten the system, or if you have not gotten the strategy, just have patience for yourself. The market is not going anywhere. Since 2019, I found out this thing. Since 2019, this thing is still there. You get it? So it's not going anywhere, as I've been saying. So far as we are spending fiat currencies, trading forex is going to be there. And even if you stop spending fiat currency, there's still going to be a medium for exchange. There's something that you are going to use for exchange. So if you are using, if you are going to use digital currency, you can still trade digital currency, because every economy is going to have its own economic digital currency. So you can still exchange, and you are still going to exchange. So you are still going to trade it. You get it? So trading is going to be there forever. I'm not saying forever, unless you are all spending the same. You are all spending the same. You are all using the same medium of exchange, as in maybe the same currency. Okay, but that is going to be very hard for us to use the same currency. Most of the economic leaders are not going to accept that, because they feel like someone is going to be the world superpower. Some man somewhere is going to be the power of everything, and that is not going to happen. Okay, so, and even if it will happen, it will not be in our generation. We will be dead by then. Okay, so just be patient and learn the skill set. Just be patient and learn the skill set. It is not going anywhere. And the moment you master the skill sets, there are a lot of opportunities for you. A lot of opportunities. So don't complain. If you don't have money to fund your account, just learn. Make sure you've mastered it. Trade them more. Trade them more. You trade them more. You trade them more. The moment you make sure the moment you see you've mastered the skill, the moment you've seen maybe you are now good at what you are doing, we are having a lot of companies that they will be willing, or investors that they will be willing for you to trade their money. I've been getting a lot of messages most of the times, day in and day out. People have been contacting me about either I do account management and other stuff. But with those things, I don't do that, because most people don't understand how the games works. And the moment you take their money to trade for them, they are going to give you a lot of pressure. Okay, they are going to give you a lot of pressure. So you have proprietary firm. If you get some small amount of money, you can what? They can get you an account that you are going to trade. If you pass the challenge, they give you a live account. Anytime you make profit, they will split the profit with you. Okay, but you are going to get majority of the shares, majority of the profit. So that's how it works. So you have to be patient with yourself, master the skill. Okay, master the skill. So the market has been ranging. You see how it has been reacting to those levels. The market has been ranging. I don't know why. Is it because so this was the news scandal. So I'm expecting this one to wick down. Okay. On gold, I'm expecting it to wick. So the same thing on GU too. Yeah, the same thing on GU. But GU is on a strong level. GU is currently on a strong level. So let's see the closure of the 1 hour candle. The 1 hour candle will close in the next 5 minutes. So I'm hoping it will wick down. Okay, I'm hoping it will wick down because this one formed with no what bottom wick. So I'm expecting a retracement on this one. That's what I'm expecting. That's what I'm expecting. So you have to first of all have a plan. Okay, you have to have a trading. So as I'm saying, it is waking down. So it's left with 5 minutes for it to close. Let's wait for the closure. Let's wait for the closure of the H1 candle. So when you come to the market, what are the things that you look for? So the trading is become stressful for you because you don't know those things. So ask yourself, what are the things that you look for? Okay. What are the things that you look for before you enter a trade? What are the things that you look for? When you are asleep and they wake you up, will you be able to tell it, or like will you be able to recite it from the beginning to the end? What are the things that you look for? That's the most important thing. If you don't know the things that you look for, when you come to the market, you'll be wondering on what to do. But if you know exactly what you are looking for when you come to the market, you are not going to experience FOMO or fear of missing out when a trade move before you. You are not going to experience those things because you know this is not in your trading plan. Okay, you know this is not in your trading plan. You move by things that are in your trading plan. So most of the pairs are ranging. Most of the currency pairs are ranging. So if you are selecting a currency pair that you want to trade with, make sure you know the times that they mostly open. Okay, you know the times that you don't have to be trading random pairs at any time of the day. You have to know the time that you are going to trade those pairs. So it's also important. The pair that you trade is also going to affect the pair that you trade is also going to affect your profitability in the market if you don't know exactly how to go by them. So trading like something like maybe AUD JPY during the lending session, it's not advisable. Okay, so some of the pairs you don't have to be, and so especially if you are starting out, if you are finding trying to, it's always best to even go for the majors. Okay, so the major pairs like Euro USD, AUD USD, NZD USD, those major pairs, because we have a lot of volume in those major pairs. Okay, so when I talk about volume or volatility, that means more people buy and sell those currency pairs. So you are going to see rapid move in the exchange rate. You see fluctuations in the exchange rate as compared to if you trade a pair that most people are not trading. If you trade a pair that most people are not trading, one thing you are going to experience is what you are going to experience. There's going to be an increase in spread. You get it? There's going to be an increase in spread. You are going to get, if you are trading standard accounts, you are going to experience a high spread on those pairs. You get it. So the H1 has closed. Let me check the H1. Okay, it's left with some few seconds. So as I said, the pair, the retracement. Yeah. But it's not advisable to be what selling on this pair. It's not advisable to be selling on what this support and resistance level. It's not advisable to be selling on those resistance level. So you see how price is really struggling to be breaking those levels. So that's why I always advise you people like we shouldn't be buying on support and resistance level. It's not advisable to be buying on support and resistance level. So if you're a beginner, this channel is purposely for beginners. Like I dedicated this channel for those who are really struggling. So if you are struggling, when you come to the channel, you have to ask questions pertaining to anything that you are struggling with. Okay, you ask questions and I'll address it. I want to help those who don't have funds to purchase mentorships and those stuffs. But the best and one thing to have seen it, most people, what you do is what, instead of you to purchase mentorship, they will use the money to fund their account and they will blow it. That's what I've seen about most people are doing. If you are starting out, best thing is what, find someone who someone who is already in the industry, who has traded for long. Okay, then you learn from that person. Don't try to do things yourself. You are going to lose the money. You get it? You are going to lose the money. And even for me, I will not advise a beginner, someone who was just introduced into trading like a month or like 2 months, to start even funding your account. You by all means blow the account. So use that money, okay? Use that money to what? Educate yourself. It's not advisable to someone who just entered trading a month to fund your life account. Why are you funding your account? What are you trading? Do you have a system? You don't have a system. When you come to the chart, what do you usually look for? You don't know what you usually look for. You need to trade like 6 months before you even try to fund your account, because you have to get the experience. Experience also matters in this game. You have to get a system. After practicing the system, getting your hands on the system before you start funding your account. If you start out your journey fresh, a month, 2 months, then you start funding your account, what are you going to trade? You are just going to donate the money to the brokers. You are going to donate the money, and you can come back and tell me how many people just started trading like 2 to 3 months and they've been able to grow an account, or they've been able to. You can get beginner's luck by what? You can get beginner's luck by doing this, unless someone is giving you a signal. That one is fine, but you yourself doing the analysis, everything yourself, and finding your account. If someone is giving you signals, that's cool. You can find your account and be taking it from the person whilst you are trading. That one is cool. I accept that. It's cool. But if not that, if you are trying to find your account, trying to analyze yourself, I bet you will lose the money. So what I've told my those in my group is what, you don't even trade if you don't have a system. Wait for me. If I give you a signal, then you take it on your live account. But at the start of your journey, you can be trading demo to practice your to be rehearsing or what, whatever you've learned or the system that you are using. That one, it's cool. That one, it's cool. So because this range is a tight range, we are experiencing what the market is really struggling towards breakthrough. Okay, the market is really struggling to break through this one. Because it's a tight range. Price is really struggling to break. But the key to this game is what's being patient to what for your system to avail itself. And as I'm saying, I'm not expecting much this week because of NFP. I'm not expecting much this week. I don't expect a lot from the market this week. I understand how the market is moving. I really understand. Because I understand because of the NFP, these things are bound to happen. It is normal to happen. So these ones are the ranges are. I was already expecting the ranges. I think gold is the one moving today. Okay, so this is just a correction. This is just a correction on gold. So one thing I'm expecting is what when it gets to this side, this is the level. I'm expecting if this candle breaks and close beneath, if we close on this level, then we can go to the lower time frame. Then you have to wait for the shift in structure. You get it? You have to wait for the shift in structure to be in line with what? You have to wait for the shift in structure to be in line with what? The higher time frame before you make a decision. To make a decision. So I'm hoping if price is going to break through this one, then I think I will get a good range to trade within. But currently Euro USD is ranging. Currently it is struggling to break the levels. GU2 is struggling to break the levels. They are struggling to break through the levels. So waiting. When this one breaks, let me check this one. When it breaks like this, if it's closed beneath this one, then it will be bad. If the H4 closed beneath, you see, this zone is this zone is what? This zone is a stronger zone. This zone is a stronger zone. Okay, this zone is a strong zone. This zone is a strong zone. So we have to wait for what? Price to break through. That's the advisable thing you can do. You have to wait for price to break through. So it's all about waiting. It's all about waiting. And like, let me advise you too on this one. If you have to get a pair, you have to know the pair, you have to have some relationship with the pair. Okay, you don't have to be taking random pairs and be trading. So I've already given you an advice on how you be selecting a pair. So if you are selecting a pair, you have to know the sessions that the pair usually moves. So a pair like maybe AUD. Okay, when you pick AUD, for instance, if you pick AUD, you get it. If you pick AUD, so you have to ask yourself, what time does AUD move? So AUD is during what? The Sydney session. That's the Australian session. The Australian, what do you call it? The financial hub. Okay, so it usually moves around 11 p.m. GMT. That's the time it usually moves. 11 p.m. GMT. So you convert it to your local time. So if it moves during that time, then you ask yourself, what time is it appropriate for you to trade it? So if you pick AUD, so anytime you are pairing a pair, make sure you are pairing a weaker pair to what? A stronger pair, or maybe a pair which is what? Active in section to a pair which is what? Not active in section. Okay, so if you are trading during the Asian session, you have to pick a pair which is active during the Asian session. So especially the Sydney session, we have what? We have the what do you call it? You have AUD being strong at that session. You get it? So you pair it with maybe USD. USD is closed during those sessions. So by all means, one pair is going to be stronger than the other pair. That's when you are going to see a lot of moves. But if the pairs are open at the same time, at the same market session, you are going to experience, or you are going to witness, a lot of consolidation, because they are all strong at that time. And if they are all close at that time, you are not going to experience what? Volume during those times. So you have to take note of those times too. It's very, very important. Take note of the timing of the market. It's very, very important. The timing of the market is very, very important. So that's how you pair a pair to trade. You find a pair to trade. The time it opens and what? The time a pair is open. So make sure you are what? Picking a pair which is what? Open at that moment, and a pair which is what? Close at that moment. You pair them together. By all means, you are going to get one pair which is what? Going to be stronger than the other pair. then you trade it. And you have to make sure you're having some relationship with the pair that you have selected. So when I talk about the relationship, I'm talking about how does it move? For how long have you traded a pair? Okay. You have to know, you have to witness the times that it usually moves, experience the times that the movement of the pair before you even start trading it. So you don't have to just jump into a pair and you just trading it live account. Okay, initially I used to be trading only GBP USD, but before I jumped into Euro USD, it took me some time before I jumped into Euro USD. You get it? I stayed it for some time and I realized the way I trade, because the way you trade is not going to fit every pair. You get it? The way you trade is not going to fit every pair. Sometimes it's there's some pair won't be favorable. So especially for me like this, since I go in for zones, if a pair ranges, okay, if I get a pair that ranges a lot, I'm not going to be getting tradable zones. So that pair is not suitable for me. So you have to know that the type of, like, the way you trade and the pair that suits the way you trade. Okay, so know the time that you are going to trade the pair which is going to be suitable. And when you are pairing, don't pair stronger pairs together, don't pair weaker pairs together. Make sure you are pairing one stronger currency with one weaker currency. That's when you are going to experience. So if this one is strong, supposing you are at the lending session, maybe you are taking Euro USD, for instance. If you take Euro USD, for instance, at this time of the day or at this time of the market, Euro is open. Euro USD. At this time of the day, Euro is open. What's going on? At this time of the day, Euro is Euro is open at this time of the day. Okay, Euro is open at this time of the day. Euro is open. The New York session is The New York session is closed. The New York session is closed. Euro is open. You get it? Euro is open. The New York session is closed. So these are the things that you have to look for. So when it comes to volume, if you want to witness, or if you want to see a lot of volume, like rapid movements in the market, if you want to see clean moves, the market moving very fast, these are the things that you have to do. So the open is going to be the strong currency, and the close is going to be the weaker currency. You get it? So if you are pairing them together, the opening is going to be the strong currency and the close is going to be the weaker currency. You get it? The close is going to be the weaker currency. So you are going to see by all means, when one is strong, one is weak, you are going to see one overriding the other, because this time is close. No more, like, the time volume comes, the time people usually transact huge orders. Okay, the time people usually transact huge orders and other stuff, it's closed that time. This is the time that people are usually using this currency pair to make transactions. Okay, this is the time that people are using those currency pair to make transactions. So you are going to see a lot of volume. You get it? You are going to see a lot of volume during those times. So that's the best time for you to what? Trade the currency market. That's the best time for you to trade the currency market. So you have to select a stronger currency with a weaker currency. A stronger currency with a weaker currency. You can't be trading Euro GBP during this time. It's not advisable. The reason is what? Euro is open during the lending session. JPY is open during the lending session. You get it? So you are going to experience a lot of consolidation. So let's check Euro GBP, then see how the pair is. So it's going to be very hard to see a lot of big moves and those things. You're going to see a lot of consolidations. You get it? So during the lending session, you see how the pair moves. See a lot of wicks. Okay. So a lot of wicks, gaps. Okay, so always go for a pair, a strong pair. You pair one pair, a weaker pair with a stronger pair. So most beginners struggle to know the pair to select. So I've already showed you how you'll be able to choose a pair that you are going to trade with. So we are waiting for, there's nothing better happening today. You're seeing a lot of okay, so I think it's now trying to break. But if one thing is, if it breaks, okay, if it breaks this one, doesn't mean it has broken. Okay, if it breaks doesn't mean it has broken it fully. Sometimes you experience a week, it will just weaken and it will just break, weaken and move down. Okay, just weaken and move down. So let me do the final analysis. I think the market is ranging today, so let me do the final analysis and see. So what I'm expecting is I'm expecting the closure. So it left with 37 minutes for this candle to close. So I'm expecting the closure of this candle. When it closed bearish. Then I'll make. When it closed bearish. Okay, if it's closed bearish, then I'll make a decision. But currently, it hasn't closed yet, so I'm going to wait for it to close. If it's closed bearish, then I make a decision. When it moves to Euro USD, when we get to Euro USD 2, like this zone is not a tradable zone. Okay, so I'm not interested in these moves. I'm interested. You see what happened on Friday? This move, you get it. So we targeted this area. Yeah. So this is the same thing that I'm expecting on USD2. I'm expecting this one. I'm expecting it to break this one, to get broken before I'll make a decision. It's easy for you to predict whether the market, you are going to see a lot of moves or you are not going to see a lot of. It's easy to predict. The reason is, if you have a lot of consolidation, one thing you have to notice the market is going to if you have a lot of consolidation, one thing you have to notice if you have a lot of ranges, one thing you have to notice the market is going to consolidate. This is what you have to bear in mind. So it's easy for you to know whether there's going to be a massive move or there's going to be consolidation, because this is a strong zone. You see our zones over here. I'm talking of the high time frame. This is reflecting on the high time frame. You get it? So it's a stronger zone that before price will break this one, it's going to take a lot of time. So we have to be patient and patient and stick to. So you see the reason why I'm saying the lower time frame movement is not that massive. Okay, it's not that big like that. So you just need one quality trade within a week. By the market, you are not going to know the exact time that quality, that high probability trade is going to happen. You don't know the exact time it is going to happen. That's the problem. Okay, so you have to always be patient and what? Patient and stick to your plan. You get it? You don't know exactly the time that high quality trade is going to happen. So you have to always make sure it's important thing. Not yes, yeah, I'm listening. I can hear you. Hmm. So the bearish candle. So have you registered for the bootcamp? I want to do the bootcamp. Have you registered for the bootcamp? Have you registered for the bootcamp? The bootcamp I want to organize. Have you submitted your name? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I think during the bootcamp I will address this thing. Okay. We will start from scratch. So I think a lot of people are still confused on how the thing works. So I'm expecting the bootcamp to bring a lot of results. I want people to see results during the bootcamp. So I'm trying to for us to I'm planning very hard for it to happen within this next week. That's what I'm thinking, if possible, next week. So that I'll be addressing these basic things. So during the bootcamp, you'll be talking about all these things. So if you have registered when it happens, because because this is a basic question. When you talk about the bearish question, the bearish candle, for you to identify a bearish candle, when you see it depends on the color doesn't matter. What it is important is what the close and the opening. So when you talk about when you want to determine a bullish candle, with the bullish candle, it opens over here. It opens over here. It opens. This is the opening. This is the opening. What's going on? This is the opening. And this is the close. And this is the close. Okay. This is the opening and this is the close. So the color of this one doesn't matter. Okay, the most important thing is what? So assuming this one has been presented as white, how am I going to know this is what a bearish candle, or this is what this is a bearish candle, or this is what a bullish candle? The one thing that is going to help me to identify is what? The opening and the close. The color of the candle doesn't matter, because most traders are using different colors to represent or using different colors to what? To do a representation on how the candles are moving. You get it? So the color doesn't matter. The most important thing that matters is what? The opening and the close of the candle. Okay, so how am I going to identify this a bearish candle? Because I notice what? This is the opening. It's open around this side. So if the opening is above the close, it's what? A bearish candle. So this is how a bearish candle is being presented. So this is the close. This is the opening. This is the opening, and this is the close. This is the close, and this is the opening. Okay, so anytime the close is above the opening, it's a bullish candle. Anytime the opening is above the close, it is a bearish candle. So how am I going to know this is a bearish candle or a bullish candle? Since the opening, where the candle open, is above what? Where the candle open, this is the body. So usually you don't take the wicks into consideration. If you want to determine the nature of the candle, okay, you have to determine the nature of the candle. You use the body of the candle, not the wicks. Okay, this is the wick that I'm talking about. The wick that I'm talking about is this one. Okay, we usually use the body. Okay, this is the body of the candle, this is the wicks, this is the body of the candle, this is the wicks. So usually the body, so you see where the body formed, the body has formed above where the candle is trying to close. So if I want to know whether this one is a bearish candle or a bullish candle, the opening the opening is above the close. Okay, so it tells me it's what? A bearish candle. So that's how you are going to differentiate between bullish. So this one like this, the colors doesn't matter. So the reason how I'm going to identify either this one is bullish candle or a bearish candle, this is the opening. So the opening is above what? The close. So this is the opening. Sorry, this is the opening, this is the close. So since the opening is what? Below the close, it's a bullish candle. So usually you use the opening and the close to differentiate them. I hope I've made myself clear. Yeah. So take the body into consideration, not the wicks, to determine the opening and the close. So it is heading towards a resistance level. So one thing if you are confused on most of the things that I've been doing, one thing you have to notice, what this is just a new field. It's not your fault. Okay, it's not your fault because it's a new field or it's a new environment that you have ventured, and you don't have to expect it to get it you expect to get it up front. It will take you some time. So just continue learning. With time, you get used to. We all didn't get it like at the beginning stage. It took some time. Okay, so with Euro USD, with GU, if the H4 candle breaks beneath this one, then maybe I'll go to the H1 time frame to find an entry, because currently H4, even if H4 close beneath, H4 is not going to give an entry. Okay, it's going to form something like this, because if it's close beneath here, it is what? In the middle of the range, so you can't take an entry. So if it's close beneath, then where we can get an entry is at the lower time frame. Okay, it's at the lower time frame, but for now you have to wait for the closure. So I think for me, I'll call it a day over here. So you'll meet the same time tomorrow. Okay, same time tomorrow. So see you all tomorrow. But on the private group, you continue talking over there. If I get a signal, I'll update you people over there. Okay. All right. Thank you all for tuning into today's live stream. See you all tomorrow. So you have to put the stream on a notification. You have to put the stream on a notification. Anytime that I will come to the live, anytime I will come live, you'll be able to see it at your end. You get it? So see you all tomorrow, same time. Bye bye. So the stream starts around 6 a.m. GMT to 8:30, 8 to 8:30 a.m. GMT. Okay, so you can kindly put the channel on a notification. So anytime that I will come to the stream, you will see it at your end. Okay, so this is just educational platform. When you get signals, I'm going to update you. So you have to join, try, and if you want to take your trading to the next level, this is the best platform to this is the best channel to subscribe to. So see you all tomorrow. Thank you all for tuning in. Bye bye.